Melania Trump was born on April 26, 1970, in a small town called Sevnica. This town is located in Slovenia, a country in Europe. Sevnica is surrounded by green hills and quiet rivers, making it a peaceful place to grow up. The town was small, and life was simple, but it wasn't always easy. Melania's family lived in a modest apartment. It wasn't big, but it was a home full of love. Melania's father, Victor, worked in a car factory. Every day he left early in the morning and worked hard in the noisy factory. Even though his job was tough, he always made sure to provide for his family. Melania admired him a lot. She knew that her father wanted the best for her and her sister Inez. Her mother, Amalia, also worked hard. She designed and sewed clothes for a company that made children's clothing. Melania often watched her mother as she worked. The sound of the sewing machine was something she grew up hearing. Her mother's hands moved quickly, turning pieces of fabric into beautiful dresses. Melania loved the soft materials and bright colors. She dreamed that one day she would wear dresses like the ones her mother made. Melania wasn't an only child. She had an older sister named Inez. They were very close and often shared secrets and played games together. Like all siblings, they fought over toys sometimes, but they always made up. Inez loved to tell Melania stories about big cities and exciting places far away. Melania loved to listen to these stories and imagined visiting those places one day. She dreamed of traveling the world beyond the small town of Sevnica. Sevnica was a peaceful town, surrounded by nature. As a child, Melania loved to play outside. She ran through the fields, picked flowers, and climbed trees with her friends. In the winter, when the snow fell, she made snowmen and had snowball fights. But even though life in Sevnica was calm and beautiful, Melania sometimes felt like it was too small for her. She wanted more. She wanted to see the world and experience new things. In school, Melania was a good student. She wasn't the loudest or most outgoing, but she worked hard. Her teachers praised her for being disciplined and focused. She loved art and drawing. Sometimes during breaks, she would sit by the window and sketch the hills and rivers outside. Her love for drawing was something that always made her feel happy. She also enjoyed learning languages. Melania found it fascinating to speak in different ways. She thought that learning languages might help her travel one day. Even as a child, Melania stood out. She was tall for her age, and people often noticed her calm confidence. She wasn't loud or flashy, but there was something special about her. She moved gracefully, even when she was just walking to class. Some of her classmates even said that she could be a model, but Melania didn't think much about it at that time. She was just a quiet girl with big dreams. Growing up in Slovenia during the 1970s was not always easy. The country was part of Yugoslavia, a communist nation. People didn't have many freedoms, and money was tight. Families had to work hard just to make ends meet. Melania's parents did their best to make life comfortable, but there were times when they struggled. Melania saw how hard her parents worked, and it made her even more determined to succeed. She promised herself that one day she would make them proud. Even in the quiet town of Sevnica, there were moments that felt like magic. Every weekend, the family gathered together to share meals. They would laugh, tell stories, and enjoy her mother's delicious cooking. On holidays, they visited relatives in the countryside, and Melania loved these trips. They reminded her of the strong bond she shared with her family and her roots. When Melania was about 12 years old, something exciting happened. Her mother brought home a fashion magazine from the city. It was filled with pictures of tall, elegant women wearing beautiful dresses. Melania couldn't stop looking at it. The models looked so glamorous and confident. She thought to herself, maybe one day I can be like them. She began practicing poses in front of the mirror, imitating the women in the magazine. She didn't tell anyone about her dream, not even her sister. It seemed like a big, impossible dream. But as she grew older, Melania's dreams grew bigger. She started to pay more attention to fashion and style. Her mother noticed and began making special clothes for her. Amalia believed in her daughter's potential. She often told Melania, "If you work hard, you can achieve anything." These words stayed with Melania, and they became the foundation of her belief in herself. By the time she was a teenager, Melania had a clear goal. She wanted to leave Sevnica, see the world, and become a model. But how could a girl from such a small town make that dream come true? The first step was education. Melania knew she needed to study and prepare herself for the future. After finishing primary school, she moved to Ljubljana, the capital city of Slovenia. It was there, in Ljubljana, that Melania began to feel that her dream of modeling could actually become a reality. This was just the beginning of her journey. Little did she know, her path was about to take her far from Sevnica, into the glamorous world of fashion, where her dreams would begin to take shape. After moving to Ljubljana, Melania's life started to change. Ljubljana, the capital of Slovenia, was a big city compared to Sevnica. It was busy, with tall buildings and many people. For Melania, it was a place full of opportunities. She felt excited, but also a little nervous. It was here that her dreams of becoming a model started to seem real. In Ljubljana, Melania went to a high school where she could learn about design and photography. She was now in a bigger world, surrounded by more people who shared her love for art. While studying, she began to realize that she could turn her dream of modeling into something more than just a thought. She was tall and had a unique look, which set her apart from many other students. One day, while walking in the city, a photographer noticed her. He asked if she had ever thought about modeling. Melania was surprised but excited. She had always dreamed of becoming a model, but she never thought it could happen so soon. The photographer encouraged her to try. She wasn't sure at first, but the idea of being in front of a camera, wearing beautiful clothes and traveling the world was too exciting to ignore. She agreed to try a photo shoot, and that decision changed her life forever. The first photo shoot made Melania nervous. It was a big step, and she wasn't sure how it would go. But once she started posing, she felt comfortable. The photographer was impressed with how natural she looked in front of the camera. After the shoot, Melania felt a spark of excitement. Maybe this could be her future. But things weren't always easy. Even though she started to feel more confident, there were still many challenges. Melania had to prove herself in a world full of other young models who also wanted to succeed. Many people doubted her. They said, "She's just a small-town girl. She will never make it." Those words were hard to hear, but Melania didn't let them stop her. She worked harder. She practiced her poses, improved her confidence, and kept telling herself that she could do it. As time passed, Melania's hard work started to pay off. She signed with a modeling agency at the age of 16. This was her chance to go to bigger cities like Milan and Paris, places where she could become a professional model. Leaving Sevnica behind was not easy, but Melania was determined to follow her dreams. She was nervous, but excited about the possibilities. Her first trip to Milan was a big step. The city was busy and full of energy, very different from the quiet streets of Sevnica. It was here that Melania's career as a model truly began. She worked hard at castings and photo shoots. The competition was tough, but she never gave up. With each photo shoot and runway show, she became more confident. She was proving to everyone and to herself that she had what it took to be successful. Melania's journey was just beginning. Moving from Slovenia to Milan was a huge change, but it was the first step toward a life full of adventure and new experiences. She knew that this was the right path for her, and she was ready to face whatever came next. As Melania's modeling career grew, she started traveling to more cities around the world. She worked in places like Milan and Paris, two of the most famous fashion capitals. She became well known for her beauty, elegance, and calm presence. Designers and photographers loved working with her because she was professional and graceful. Soon, Melania's face appeared in magazines, and she was featured in many fashion shows. Her career was taking off. She was not just a model. She was becoming a well-respected figure in the fashion industry. However, Melania was always careful to stay humble and focused on her work. Despite her growing success, she never let fame change her. In 1998, something unexpected happened. While in New York, Melania met Donald Trump at a party hosted by a friend in the fashion industry. Donald was already a successful businessman, and he was immediately drawn to Melania's calm beauty and thoughtful personality. Unlike many people around him, Melania wasn't impressed by his wealth or fame. She was polite, but not interested in trying to impress him. They started talking, and soon got to know each other better. Donald admired Melania's determination and strength. Melania liked Donald's confidence and energy. Slowly, their relationship grew stronger, and they started dating. It wasn't long before Melania found herself spending more time with Donald. As their relationship deepened, they began to think about their future together. In 2005, Donald Trump and Melania were married in a grand ceremony at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. It was a beautiful wedding, filled with family, friends, and many famous people from the world of business and entertainment. Melania wore a stunning dress, designed just for her. The wedding was a moment of happiness, but little did Melania know that her life was about to change in ways she had never imagined. In 2016, Donald Trump decided to run for president of the United States. This meant that Melania's life was about to become even more public. She was no longer just a successful model and wife. She was about to step into the role of First Lady. At first, Melania was unsure of what this new chapter would bring. She had always kept a low profile, but now she was going to be in the spotlight every day. Throughout the presidential campaign, Melania supported Donald quietly and with grace. She appeared at events and spoke on his behalf, but she preferred to stay out of the media's attention. Even though she wasn't as outspoken as some others, Melania's calm presence made a big impact. When Donald Trump won the election and became the 45th president of the United States, Melania moved into the White House with him. Being First Lady was a big responsibility, but Melania took it seriously. She focused on her work, especially her Be Best initiative, which aimed to help children by promoting kindness and online safety. Melania's time as First Lady brought many challenges, but it also gave her the chance to make a difference in the lives of others. She continued to support her family, especially her son, Barron, and used her new role to speak out on important issues. Her journey from a model in Milan to First Lady of the United States showed how far determination, grace, and hard work can take someone. Melania Trump's story is one of determination, resilience, and the power of following one's dreams. From a small town in Slovenia, she dreamed of a life bigger than what she saw around her. She had a simple beginning in Sevnica, but her dreams were never small. Melania always wanted more, and she worked hard to make those dreams come true. She loved art and fashion from a young age, and even though the path was not always easy, she took each step forward with focus and dedication. Her journey took her from Sevnica to Ljubljana, then to Milan and Paris, where she grew into an international model. Along the way, she faced doubts and challenges, but she never gave up. Melania's natural beauty, elegance, and hard work helped her become a successful model in one of the most competitive industries in the world. She worked with top photographers, appeared in international magazines, and became a respected figure in the fashion world. Then, life took another turn when she met Donald Trump. Their relationship grew, and Melania became his wife, stepping into the public spotlight as First Lady of the United States. Melania faced the challenges of living in the public eye with grace and dignity. She launched her Be Best initiative, which focused on helping children through promoting kindness and online safety. Through it all, Melania stayed true to herself. She never let fame or public opinion distract her from her mission or her family. She showed that with hard work, a strong sense of purpose, and the courage to follow your dreams, anyone can achieve greatness. Melania's story teaches us that no matter where we start, we can achieve big things. She didn't let her small-town background limit her dreams. She worked hard, focused on her goals, and believed in herself, even when others doubted her. This is a valuable lesson for all of us. We may face obstacles and difficulties, but with determination and perseverance, we can overcome them and achieve success. In our own lives, we can apply this lesson by believing in our potential and working hard every day to improve ourselves. No dream is too big if we are willing to put in the effort. Whether it's in our careers, studies, or personal growth, Melania's journey reminds us that success is possible for anyone who works towards it with passion and focus. Congratulations to you for listening to Melania's story and improving your English through it. By following along and paying attention to the details, you've not only learned about Melania's inspiring journey, but also enhanced your listening skills. Keep up the great work and continue to practice. Every step forward helps you become better at understanding and using English. Which part of Melania Trump's life inspired you the most? A. Her journey from Sevnica to Ljubljana. B. Her work as First Lady with the Be Best initiative. Please comment your answer below, and don't forget to share your thoughts with us. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Your support will motivate us to create more engaging and helpful content for you. Also, please consider donating to help us cover the costs of producing high-quality content. We are doing this to help you improve your English, and any support is deeply appreciated. Thank you for being part of this journey with us.